Hello planner friends and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for the gift of your time and your presence. If you're new, join my growing community. I try to create a happy, fun place, creative place on the internet, and my goal is always to inspire you and lift you up. So today is one from my heart. It's really a necessary lesson that I'm going to share with you, and we're going to create. So let me just show you. These are the items I picked to use. So I'm going to move those a little bit. Let me show you where we are, how it started, how it's going, right? This is my classic happy planner. It's a dashboard layout. I love this space. I'm using it for goals. I use it for this channel. I know a lot of people like a social media thing. I don't necessarily look at it that way. This is just about creating. So here's the first week of August. Yeah, nothing happened here. And here's the second week of August. Nothing happened here either. So this current week, right, we're right here. A lot happened and I got back up and I got back to moving. And so now I want to get set up for next week. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to grab my silicone mat and we're going to create and talk about it's okay if you can't plan. It's okay if you dare I say, fall into a rut here. This is okay, and I'm going to tell you why. So let me just show you my supplies, the silicone mats from scrapbook.com. I used gold champagne stencil butter last week. Stencil butter, I'm going to use it again. I'm using this green pop of color. I've got these inexpensive stencils I picked up off of Amazon. This is a stencil from Hobby Lobby. And then I have some random tools here from Walmart to Scrapbook and a Dollar Tree little thing here to put, with water in it so I can rinse things out. So 2 weeks of nothing, and what are the causes? And I'm going to talk to you about the old me versus the new me as I'm creating. And I'll tell you what, I've said this repeatedly, but this paper for the price point takes a licking. Yes, there's stippling, especially with my paints. I mean, I'm doing all kinds of crazy things in here, and you know what? This paper, for the price point especially, I think it holds up really well. I have paper that's more expensive, planners that are more expensive. They don't hold up quite well themselves. Like, this is good. So anyway, so what happened? Why did I fall down a rabbit hole? Incidentally, I'm going to have to probably stop this a bit, let all this dry. So this is probably going to be like a two-step filming process. I can't do this all in one fell swoop. Okay, so what happened? I really can't say anything happened per se. I think sometimes things catch up with us. We just get worn down. My son's car, he's an adult, but he's still my son. And he's really responsible. He's really just a nice guy. And he was having trouble with his car. He was having some other technical difficulties. And so that was kind of derailing me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. It derailed me a little bit. Not his fault. I'm not saying it is. You know what? Let me grab, I have a paper towel here. I just want to make sure nothing, yeah. I don't want to get anything else on anywhere else. Anyway, so I was worried. I had a lot of worry about him in that situation. Just life, right? Life was lifing. So long story short is I gave myself permission, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but somebody out there I know needs to hear this today. If you can't do all the things, you can't do all the things. And so you need to give yourself some permission to not do all the things. And that's exactly what I did. My creative processes, I'm writing, I'm creating for this channel. I have advocacy work that I'm doing. I have a lot that I'm doing. And so if I have to step back from something for a bit, I would say to you that I did it and I was okay, and you can do the same. Okay. I think we put a lot, I know we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And just because I didn't use this planner for 2 weeks, the old me would have freaked out. Oh my gosh, I'm wasting this planner. I'm wasting my time. What am I doing? The new me didn't do that. I was kind of proud of that. So look, before you crash and burn, see how this adds texture? It adds color, but it's also adding texture. And I really like that. Before you crash and burn, let's talk about burnout and warning signs and so forth. So I didn't freak out. I didn't put pressure on myself to get back to it. And I didn't worry. Why? Because I knew I didn't have to. I knew I would pick back up. I knew that I could do this. And so here we are, back to it. And I really pride myself on this channel at being, I'm me. I'm authentic here. I'm honest with you. And, you know, I know there are cases where people will, oh, well, I didn't do it, so let me, pretend I did it. And no, I'm not doing that. I won't do that. I want you to understand that we're human, and that's a good thing. We're human, and we're allowed to step back from things. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to, and in fact, if it's a matter of self-care, I would suggest that you need to prioritize yourself and catch yourself. I did catch myself before I completely burned myself out. That's why I pulled back. Now, part of it, if you want me to be completely transparent, is, hold on, let's gently pull this up. Ooh, lots of texture. All right, so I'm going to put that, what I do is I'll put it in here and kind of soak these spots so they don't dry up on me. Anyway, look, the one of the things I'm doing is advocacy work for rare disease funding and Congress and so forth. And so I was doing that. And in the process of doing that, truthfully, that kind of burned me out a bit. I was on phone calls with senators, and I did it. And I'm proud of myself and for stepping into it and for doing something I'm not comfortable with. By the same token, it was hard because there were parents, I don't want to cry, but there were parents on these calls whose children are really incredibly ill. Early childhood dementia, amongst other illnesses. Not so good there. I'll try again. One more, and then we'll see. And that was really, it was hard, and the days of the phone calls, the first one took me off guard. So the second phone call, I knew what it was going to be. And can I just say, I was humbled. I was humbled by the strength of these parents. I was humbled by the strength of their children. I mean, this was a lot. And so, yeah, it was a lot. That's it. That's all I'm going to do on the stencil butter, I think. And so I gave myself time. I didn't feel like a failure. I didn't feel like I messed up. I just felt like, okay, I needed extra time off. And I took it. And I'm still creating content. I'm still doing these things, but goodness, sometimes this life, right? So how do you work your way? What can you do to work through things when you really can't work on things, right? What alternate activities can you do? And one of the things I would suggest is create a map. I don't know what other term to use for it, but a self map, okay? Bear with me here. A self map, meaning when I'm exhausted, these are things I need to do. When I'm emotionally drained, and I think I was emotionally drained after some of that work. I mean, God bless his parents. That was hard. I was emotionally drained, though. Not going to lie. And so what does it mean, in my case, to be emotionally drained? What do I need to do? And so I spent some time outside, even though it was hot as heck. I didn't care. And I'm just playing with this. I spent time reading. time at the library, baking. Baking is a happy thing for me. So, yeah, those are some of the activities that I just enjoyed and did and had fun with. I mean, it's important that to not always feel like you have to work, you have to create, you have to, or whatever you're doing, give yourself space and give yourself room, right? And you really have to differentiate here in terms of your mapping yourself. What do I need when I'm physically, having a tough time? What do I need when I'm emotionally drained? What do I need when my mental health? I'm just drained and just not feeling well. Maybe I'm scattered. Maybe I'm feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? Unsteady has that, right? Whatever it is that you might be enduring and dealing with, I want you to know that if you have to step back from things, including your planners, do so. Because you come first. Your health comes first. And so the old me would have put more pressure on me about not being in here for 2 weeks. I mean it. Very much so. I would have been very difficult with myself. And I wasn't. And I'm really proud of that. And so I just want to say that to you, to encourage you, wherever you are today, to know sometimes you're not okay and you have to let yourself go with that. But I think this idea of alternate activities and a map, you can map out what's necessary. I have to take care of my children. I have to work. I have to pay my bills, etc. Map it out and then look at what's optional to meet your other needs, your physical, emotional, and mental health. And come up with activities so that you don't get completely depleted, and drained. Because I've done that, and that's awful. Because once you're in that horrible hole, it's so hard, isn't it? Oh, it's so hard. Grab some sticker books. And yeah, I'm going to go with Mojo Jojo Plans first and foremost. We're just going to throw in some stickers. I always throw in a few every week just because I can. I'm going to put this one up here. And I'm going to try not to get into my stencil butter and make a mess. Which, yeah, too easy to do, friends. Too easy to do. One of the other things that I did do, incidentally, to help me through my slump and all of that, was that I went ahead and I created, but I did it off camera. And that was actually a really good thing for me to do because I felt like I needed that time. And so that's what I did. I just let myself create off camera. I had some fun. I was cutting things. I was measuring things. I was doing all kinds of things. And at that exact moment, that was what I needed. And so make your map out. Again, you write down what's necessary, but then find ways to fill your cup back up so you don't feel like you're a wet dish rag and you're just incomplete. I just think that's really quite essential, to be honest with you. So I picked myself up and here we are. And I'm happier and I'm feeling better. That advocacy work can be really tough. And I got smacked in the head with it. Not gonna lie. Just got smacked with it. And I feel in the end, hear me out, I feel that was a lesson I needed to see and learn. And I needed the humility. I needed to see what other people are facing. And, humility when it's properly given, and I'm not talking about snarky people, but humility is an invaluable lesson. And it was. And so my thoughts and prayers are certainly with those families. My goal is to be part of rare disease funding on Capitol Hill, advocacy in February for Rare Disease Day. and I'm thinking about, well, how am I going to approach this? What am I going to do? But I'll tell you, it was really something. So when you sit there and think, oh, you know, I think I can do this, I've got this down. Nope, not necessarily. You can do it, but don't ever think you always got everything down, because life is lifing and turning around and saying, not so fast. So here we are. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy I was able to take some time, and I had some other real work to do. Did it. Done. Oh, I saw one that I like. I often have a hard time with these word stickers because I don't always use them, but I like visit the library. That's one of my favorite things to do in the world, really. Ooh, let's do a stay up late. There's one that says stay up late. So I'm going to put that on a Saturday. That's always one of my favorite things to do. Popsicles, make homemade jam. I do need to make homemade jam, but you know, sunset, summer vibes. Let's do a summer vibes. We'll do one more of these. And let's just put it here. Okay. So far, so good. Now I think I could use a little bit of little deco, a few deco stickers in here. Let's see here. I don't want to overdo it. I like the ice cream cone. Very cute. I could do a watermelon piece, right? Even though the color doesn't fit in, doesn't matter. Let's have fun. And I need one more, and there's a hamburger here. So you know what? Let's do that. I'm consistent if nothing else, right? Let's put this one. Let's put this one over here. Okay. Do I have any other summer vibe stickers? Oh, you know what else I need? I need to put something here. Let's see what we've got here. So pretty. Golden. Well, I'm not in California, but I can do a golden state of mind. Nope, not going to do it. Too big. You know what? We may not do something like that here. We could do something else. Let's see what else I've got. There's these little stickers that I think are fun. We're going to do a sand castle over here. Just nice and chill. And yeah, let's do some green sunglasses up here. Right? That works. It all works. Ooh, and the green van again. Let's do a little green van again down here. Now, one thing I will say, I picked this, not the Mojo Jojo plans, but I did pick up a bunch of older sticker books on Mercari, and I'm finding, I don't know if it's the heat, I don't know if they're older, they don't always stick super great, so I end up getting out one of these and using that there. Is there something else I can put here? Let's look, shall we? Let's do a quick, I know it's off to the side because I don't want to hurt the stencil butter items. So pretty. There's got to be something else I can put there. Anyway, as I said to you, this is just a space for me to create, for creating, for hitting my goals, non-regular work, non-advocacy goals. Sometimes that stuff is just tough, and I accept it and I understand it, but it wasn't easy. We'll just leave it at that. And I'm going to put one of these here. I'll put this here. And I'm going to take my white out and just kind of get rid of this. There we go. So that's not so bad. What do you think? I think it's cute. So now I have to think about what I'm going to write in here, and I need to let this dry. So I shall return, friends. Okay, friends, so I took some time and I went a little crazy here. I used a green Tombow marker here, and I used my pen and just wrote things in. If you'll notice, also as part of my not trying to worry too much about productivity, I used to list what hours I had free to do this work. I'm not doing that because I'm just picking it up where and when I can. I'm also structuring it a little bit less, although I have to finish this one article. So I'll be writing, I'm creating YouTube content. I'll probably do that Monday and Wednesday, cleaning up loose ends Tuesday. This is a special song in my house, Coldplay, because you're a sky full of stars, and you are a star, whether you realize it or not, loves. I want you to take inventory of yourself today, and I'd really love it if you could take time and create some kind of map or outline of what you need to do, what's mandatory, but what are things you can do when your physical, emotional, and mental health are suffering. I do wrestle with anxiety, so when I get derailed, and you know what? I managed it better this time, even though I feel like I got a little derailed. The anxiety wasn't bad. And I think part of the reason was I eased up on things and I let myself, go to the activities that were going to help me recover. That's a big deal. If you deal with anxiety, boy, if you know, right? So that's it for today, friends. As always, I hope I inspire your creativity. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost completely dry. Once it's dry, let me show you the paper on the back here. There's a little stippling, as you can see. But what I will probably do is I'll take a book. Sometimes, believe it or not, I got some new nail polish. I'll take my nail polish and just line it up here. Something to just gently weigh the paper down so it straightens out a little bit. That's just one of my go-tos. So, all right, planner friends, thanks so much for being here. Yeah, you can't pour from an empty cup, all those cliches, but turns out they're kind of accurate. I hope I inspired you, friends. And whatever goals you have, you could do it. And it doesn't have to be a straight line. It can be dotted, it can be zigzag. And yeah, let's accomplish the things. Thanks so much for being here. Again, I do appreciate you. Have a great day, week, planner friends. Bye now.